So, welcome everyone. Thanks everyone for coming. I think we had a great business partner event. Got to meet some of the business partners and find out what they do and what they offer our organization. And we have some great speakers tonight. So, the Certified Tourist Ambassador Program is one that I think everybody should take part in. And so first, I would like to call Shonna Reid to come forward. She's going to tell us about the Certified Ambassador Program. And then J.R. Shaw is going to talk about his Galveston Unscripted podcast. And so I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for having me out this evening. My name is Shonna Reid. I am the Destination Experience Manager with Visit Galveston. Visit Galveston is the destination marketing organization for Galveston Island. We are part of the Galveston Park Board, so see us all around. I run the CTA program for the island. CTA is the Certified Tourism Ambassador Program. It is a nationally and internationally recognized organization. So it is a phenomenal thing. I will talk about that here in a second. But I also wanted to give you a little background of what else that I do. I am also overseeing the Visitor Center, which is located at the corner of 23rd and Mechanic at 2228 Mechanic Street inside the Chamber of Commerce. If you haven't been in there recently, please stop by and see us. We've done so many great things in that building right now. We have a Visit Widget app that is a kiosk where you can download your itineraries. Our lovely discovery maps are featured in there. Our Island Soul magazines are stocked. And we also have the ability to answer questions, direct our visitors as well as our locals. We work directly with business owners, as a part of the chamber. And we are also able to just, help you all. And as short-term rental owners, if you need things for your, brochures or anything like that for your properties, please come see us. We are more than happy to provide that information for you all. I also oversee Vicky, which is our mobile visitor center. She is our big blue bus that I absolutely love. She's a 1975 Dodge Travco. We take her all over the island. You'll start seeing her. Our next big event is this weekend. We'll be a part of the Juneteenth festivities on Saturday. So that we're really looking forward to being a part of that picnic. Our golf cart will be in the parade, hosting some VIPs on that. July 4th, we will be a major part of the July 4th festivities. We'll be along the seawall at the Hurricane Monument. We'll be there all day. So stop by and see us. So that's what I handle as far as that stuff. For the CTA program. The CTA program, as I said, is internationally and nationally recognized. It encourages our frontline hospitality workers, restaurant employees, anyone that has any front-facing dealings with the public to be able to really speak and represent our island in a positive manner. And I really encourage, how many CTAs do we have in the room right now? Awesome. Hey, that's awesome. That's great. So I'm super excited. Our next class is on July 14th. You can register for it on visitgalveston.com. Just type in CTA in the search bar and it'll bring you directly to that section of the website. It's a $30 fee. You can do it annually. All that is, you collect 50 points. Points are super easy to collect. You can do it by attending the STROAG meeting. You can read a travel blog. You can go and visit the Eagle or hop on the Alyssa. Anything that you're doing, you're going to collect those points, and it's super easy. Or you can work with Mr. Shaw back there and watch one of his podcasts, but he'll talk about that in a little while. So it's super easy to do. The class is between 2.5 to 3 hours, and that also includes the exam. There's an open book exam at the end of it. When you sign up for the class, you'll get the pre-read material. Don't be flustered by it. It's a 240-page document. It seems a little daunting, but it's not. It's really a background. It gives you a lot of island history. It tells you about our attractions. It features the discovery map. There's just a whole lot of different information in there that is valuable after you take that class. So that's what I have. Does anybody have any questions about the CTA program? Yes, ma'am.
Will y'all be offering any more remote training?
Yes, we are looking at that, and I am able to do small group classes too. If y'all wanted to get together as short-term rental owners, to do one just where it's for y'all. So we can do that, and it's super easy. I just need about a month and a half notice so I can get it scheduled in the system, and we make sure that we're following all the protocols. It's super easy, and I try to make it fun. Kelly Deshawn pops in every once in a while and teaches the first module with me. She's actually going to do that for the July 14th class. And she's a wealth of knowledge. So there's all kinds of, I try to change it up. There are other instructors on the island as well. We have out at Moody Gardens, they have two CTA facilitators that actually take care of handling the training for all of their employees. I'm working with Landry's to make sure that Pleasure Pier, San Luis property, the Hilton and the Holiday Inn are also covered, as well as their other ancillary properties, the restaurants and things like that. So we're working with our attractions to make sure that we are getting everyone covered. My goal is to have 500 CTAs on the island by first quarter of 23. So I'm at about 380 right now. So we're trying to catch some folks. So.
How many students do you need to rent a class if we wanted to sponsor?
Yeah, I've done as little as 5. I try to max it out at about 30, just because 30 gets a little, it's like herding cats. Yeah. And I'm not a teacher, so. Yeah.
That's particularly a great opportunity when you consider, what is it, 75% of short-term rental owners are off island.
Yeah.
If we could do a Zoom one, that's a great
value. And I did, my first Zoom class that I did, it was actually Zoom, but it was something similar to Zoom, where I taught them, and it was super easy to do. And I made it was a conversation. I don't look at these classes as, you sit down and be structured. I want it to be very hands-on and very much so that we're having a conversation and we're learning about each other, as well as our experiences on the island, what we love about our island, and things like that. Chris actually just took it, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? Yeah, last week, yeah. So he was in that big, and we had 17 in that class. So it was a really good and engaging class.
Great.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you start availability for the July class?
I do. So you can sign up on that. Just make what you'll instruct how to do it. You sign up, you create your account on the ctanetwork.com, and you'll choose Galveston, and then you'll select that class. And it's super easy. One other thing that we're getting ready to reinstitute, there used to be socials that would happen prior to COVID. We're bringing them back. Oh, good. So our first one for the summer will be June 28th. And that is going to be a morning of coffee in the rainforest, in the pyramid. So we're all going to get kind of a behind the scenes tour of the pyramid, the rainforest pyramid, have coffee, do a couple little animal interactions. There might be some river otters involved, and maybe a parrot or an owl. So I'm super excited about that. And I've also spoken with Moody Gardens. We're going to do, in August and September, we're also going to offer some limited behind the scenes tours that will involve penguins, potentially the aquarium and feeding some of the animals, and just all kinds of different experiences. We're also talking about doing an event with one of the pastry chefs out at Moody, working with Pleasure Pier to do some events out there. Definitely want to get people involved and understand, we're here. We might not necessarily know exactly what's going on at our attractions. And if we have that experience, you all as owners are able to pass that on to your guests and let them know, hey, did you know that they've got this really cool room? There's a birthday party room at Moody Gardens that is right there with the stingrays. It's really cool. And they've also got a little amphitheater that they just put in not long ago that you go and you see the behind the scenes of the pirate ship that they sunk in the aquarium rooms. It's really cool. It'd be a great spot to watch Pirates of the Caribbean.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Man, a couple things.
Yes.
If you are a CTA and you are an STR owner, I strongly recommend that on your website, you list that you are a certified Galveston tourism ambassador. Your people, I've had people like, oh, you're an ambassador. And I always say, oh, the test was really long and hard. I made a 92, but I am an educator. So, also, last thing, in the past, they've given out door prizes, and I will say I have won 3 of them. Hope they continue door prizes.
We are. We're looking at doing all kinds of different things.
I'm into door prizes.
Yes. So if you're interested in taking the class in July, that's great. There's still availability. If you all as a group are interested in setting up your own private class, we can have it over at the park board. We can find a room at one of the properties around here. We can definitely get that taken care of. All I need is a screen and some place to plug, some sort of projector.
Or by Zoom.
Or by Zoom. Yep, we can do it virtually. So it's super easy, and I'm available to do it. I've done them in the evenings. I've done them on Saturday mornings. It's super easy to do. And with the virtual ones, you take the test right from your laptop. It grades it. You know how you did immediately. It's not. It's super easy.
It's
So,
open book.
it's open book. Yeah, it's not like sitting for a PhD or anything like that. Yes,
What is the renewal process?
I'm glad you asked that.
That's a
So
good
if you take your CTA class right now, anytime between now and the end of the year, your CTA is valid through December 31st of 2023. So it's typically an annual renewal, but if you take it right now, it's valid for that extra couple of months. And it's easy process. You log your points, you get access to the ctanetwork.com. Like I said, super easy process to do. So
There's a small fee.
$30. Yeah, it's $30. You collect 50 points,
Yep.
and that's the renewal process.
And I will echo what Ronald said, guys. It really, people are impressed by the
Oh
credentials.
yeah, I've had people.
And it makes you a more skilled host.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and you actually, it's amazing what you learn. You know, I learn something new from every class that I teach, and you know, it's definitely one of those things. And I will say, I am new to the island as far as being here all the time, but I've lived in the area for 16 years. I actually reside in Kima, so we've been coming to the island. My son is a A&M Galveston graduate, and he refers to Pelican Island as his island. It has for a long time. So, I am definitely a part of the fabric of this community and cannot wait to see how we grow this program. And with that, if there's no other questions, anybody have any other questions? No? Okay, great. Thank you. Now, the fabulous J.R. Shaw.
Could we do one little thing in between?
Sure.
JR, come on up. Actually, JR can be our celebrity.
Oh,
hero.
yeah.
They can
Yeah, why don't you have them stand next to me? Yeah. He's my, never mind, I can't say it. So, we're doing something different. Each meeting, we're going to start doing door prizes, and we're using our business partners to supply our door prizes. So I'm going to give the first door prize now. And first of all, if you did not get a ticket, let me know now or forever hold your peace. Everyone got one? No. So let's shake this sucker up. So let me tell you what we have. So we have a $20 gift certificate to Coastal because obviously they're a host, so we want to thank them. We have a gift certificate, $30 to our photographer, who's our business partner, and she will do a photograph, whatever. Oh,
one exterior photo of your home.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, because I just worked on the website, those high resolution pictures she does, they sell our property. So
in addition, she do who else uses her?
a lot of
Waitress
Winters
used
used
her.
her, I've used her. And guys, she offers a discount to all STROAG members to do one exterior photo for $30. And honestly, that lead photo is the one you really need. So you guys have all seen that in the emails. She's real
The
good.
third prize are 2 tickets from the Galveston Historic Foundation. Each ticket will get you into the Bishop's Palace, the Dolphin Tour, and the Alyssa Tour. You can use them whenever they check them off, and they're pretty cool too. So, first prize, we're gonna let JR pick. Ooh.
Read all of them or just like
The number.
The last.
Okay, so I'm just gonna read the whole number.
Go ahead.
098010.
Mary!
Yay!
Mary, please come up and
Our
select
past
your
president.
prize.
Come on down, Mary. So,
Oh, I need to bring the ticket.
no.
We trust you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, Ron, and then
Yeah.
what?
So, this is Coastal. This is the photographer. This is GHF. You pick whichever one you want.
I'm gonna donate it back.
Oh, that is so sweet.
I've been present for all these years and everything that I do. No,
She does.
I'm donating it back.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you.
generous.
And so to piggyback on that, of course, as a board member, I can't do it anyway. So I'm
So there-
Here we go again.
Now I know the ulterior.
You wanna let
motive.
Shonna put a
Oh,
second?
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, that was a good one.
098012.
And this is one of our business
Cool.
partners that won.
So, I believe I said Coastal Grill. This is the Target, and this is the GHF. Well, there you go, sister. Hey. There they are. Thank you. All right, well, wait a minute. All of
We'll
them?
sprinkle the others.
Yeah, we'll sprinkle.
All right. Well, now I will continue the lovely introduction of J.R. Shaw. He is the owner,
Founder, creator.
Unscripted Galveston. If you've not checked out his podcast or what he has to offer, I cannot recommend it enough. It's amazing what this young man has done. So, J.R.?
All right. Ron told me I needed to stretch it out to like 20 minutes. So
No.
I'm gonna do my best. And yeah, obviously I don't like speaking in front of people. So, yeah, well, I just want to say that I'm completely honored to even be considered to have my podcast used as CTA credit, because the whole reason I started the podcast and audio tour was for education. It really was. I just loved telling people about this island and educating people, whether that's big or small. And I wanted to make it easy and accessible. But I'm going to start from the very beginning on how I even started a podcast and started Galveston Unscripted. So a few years ago, I was just living right down here on the Strand, and one day we saw some tours going by, and I looked down. I was like, okay, I would love to have a tour. I don't know what kind of tour it would be. I just want to start a tour. So I'm on Instagram one day, and I come across Boston running tours. I was like, oh, wait a second, that's kind of a cool idea. I would love to everything just clicked. Like, I think I could do running tour here in Galveston, because everything's kind of condensed into this little area, right? You only got a mile or so here. You got everything's historically dense down here on the east end. So I created a little running tour and just kind of slowly grew that and was taking bookings on Instagram. And shortly after I started that, COVID hit, and I started getting crazy amounts of messages on Instagram. So ended up creating a website and really got the running tours going and going and going. But of course, at this time, I wasn't having to commute to Houston every day. I was working from home. We were kind of on lockdown, working from home, so I could do running tours every single day. So I was pushing them out on Instagram, pushing them out on Facebook, and getting quite a few bookings. So then the threat that I would have to go back into the office, driving to Houston every single day, was upon me. I needed to figure out a way to continue giving tours or just kind of feed that need to kind of show off my island. So I had this idea. I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to create an audio tour, a basic audio tour of my running tour route, and then provide that to people to go do it while I'm sitting in my office. And I realized really quickly that I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to be recording something, and at the same time, I'm an avid podcast listener. If I'm going to be recording something anyway, I might as well host the audio on a podcast feed, right? So that's kind of the route I went. I ended up posting the audio on a podcast feed, and lo and behold, I created the website with the audio tour built into it. But the podcast was getting significantly more downloads than the audio tour, because it was just being pushed out to the world, honestly. And people were searching for Texas history and would stumble upon something I had created a podcast for that had to do with Galveston, but was really something that tied to Texas history. Of course, as you guys all know, Galveston was and is this amazing historical place. And the podcast just kept growing and growing and growing. So July 1st was my debut episode, July 1st, 2021. By mid-September, the podcast had made a top Spotify playlist somehow, don't ask me how, and ended up having over 100,000 downloads by September. I'm like, hold on, what's going on here? Like, what is happening here? And I just kept that, and that urged me, that egged me on. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get better with the content, get better with the quality of these episodes. and I started pumping out episodes, and then I implemented interviews into the podcast. And I realized as I'm putting these episodes out and I'm placing the episodes into the audio tour map, it just kept growing and growing and growing. And I could take excerpts from these interviews, 2 or 3 minute excerpts, and apply them to the audio tour map. I'm creating this audio guide, obviously, to the entire island, but in reality, I started to view Galveston as a museum, like this. It isn't a museum on a sandbar. So, in my opinion, the world's largest free museum. So that's where I ended up getting the tagline: Galveston is the world's largest free museum. So,
Pretty cool.
And that's really how I view it, and that's how I'm aiming to create these episodes. I keep interviewing people, long form interviews, even some short 5-10 minute interviews, whatever I can get to capture these oral histories and this amazing island, and provide it to the world and anyone who's actually doing something locally. So yeah, that's pretty much the evolution of how Galveston Unscripted became what it is today. And now you can find it, of course, on galvestonunscripted.com. There's no app required. You don't have to download anything. Everything's right there. And I'm driving a lot of traffic to the site through social media. So really trying to get social media. Since social media has such a crazy reach, especially the larger you can grow an Instagram page or a Facebook page, I'm attempting to drive that traffic back to Galveston Unscripted. But the Spotify page, which is a podcast and music app, that is by far where I'm receiving the most downloads. It has the most reach. Apple Podcasts doing really well. But yeah, so now I'm actually getting, on average, putting out more than 1 episode a week, 1 audio guide a week. So there's constant content coming out, and I guarantee you can listen to any of the episodes and you will learn something. So I try to make it as educational as possible and give you short audio guides to anything and everything on this island. So, and it's called Unscripted for a reason. I never really know what the next week's episode is going to be. It's just something that I stumble upon if I'm walking my dog and I stumble upon a historic marker. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And I'll just deep dive and deep dive and deep dive, pull all of those articles that I can find and create an episode, 90-second audio guide, and apply all of the resources that I use into the audio guided episode. So yeah, that's pretty much.
How
it.
long is the podcast? Is it?
So the average is about 2 minutes. That's the average. But I do have some longer episodes and interviews. So my longest one is about an hour. I do have a shorter interview. It's about 25 minutes or so. But yeah, that's it. Yes, sir.
So are you doing any Juneteenth?
Yes.
Podcasts?
Yeah, I've actually done. I've got 2 recorded already that are actually out, and I'll be putting out a Juneteenth episode. This actually not this upcoming week, but on Saturday or Sunday. So it's actually Juneteenth. So yes, ma'am.
Just a comment. So I love this podcast. I listen to it in the car, and Mama gets to control the radio when she's driving. And that's always with a little frock for my son. And, it really captured the attention, not just me and my husband, but our 22-year-old as well. And when he says educate, it is educational, but it's incredibly entertaining as well. Yeah. It's not dry.
Try to keep it.
Yeah. No, they're great.
Yeah. Edutainment, as they say.
Well stated.
Sure.
And what a great value for us free to be able to pass on to our guests.
Yeah, and when I'm kind of putting these out, I realize I put them out as long as I keep the podcast host paid forever. These are going to live forever, right? So what's nice is I can't go back and change something if it's messed up or add something somewhere. But the intention is to have these audio guides live forever and to be used as an educational resource for as long as they possibly can. And Gina, I know you had a question.
Yeah, I wanted to ask how many total you have.
I have, I think, 82 right now. So 82 episodes total. I have 10 or 11 interviews, and the rest of those are short, 90-second to 4-minute audio guides. And they range from like the Battle of Galveston to something super specific.
Trinity Episcopal.
Garden Rhine,
Trinity Episcopal.
Yeah, Trinity Episcopal.
That was
Church.
actually good.
The Greek restaurant history?
Yes,
Oh.
the Greek immigration, Juneteenth. I mean, you name it.
Yeah. Are you gonna be doing anything about Cajuns?
Oh, I mean,
I'm available for interviews.
I'll do it.
say it.
I'll do it. Cajun immigration coming up next. Yes, ma'am.
Would you be able to pass your card around so we
Yeah,
can scan
yeah,
and
I-
connect? How can we connect to you?
Perfect. So here in a minute, when I finish up, I'll pass some cards around. So kind of told you guys about the past and the present, and I'm going to touch on what I want to do in the future. I'm really just pipe dreaming here. We're going to see if we can make it happen with a few of my partnerships with Parkboard and some other entities around the state. But I'm using the next step past QR codes, which is called NFC, Near Field Communication. And essentially, it is on newer phones, newer iPhones and all Android phones, you have the function on your phone where you literally just tap something. It's just like Apple Pay or something like that. You literally tap your phone on an NFC tag, and it opens up to whatever that tag is coded to. So I'm beginning to experiment with these NFC tags, and the goal is I want to place these all over the island. So for you to be able to walk up, there's no ugly QR code. There's a historic marker, whether it says Galveston Unscripted or whatever. Who knows? But you walk up to it, you tap it, and the audio guide or more historical information pops up directly on your phone immediately. No lag time, no app to download. It's right there on your phone browser. So we're working on that right now, and I actually have some cards I'll pass around here momentarily to show you what that looks like. It works on most newer phones, anything after an iPhone 10. And if you have an Android, just turn on your NFC functionality in your settings.
JR, I'm not going to harass you that we have the STROAG QR code right behind you. Yeah. You know your family.
I will
when we
say,
harass.
QR codes will always serve a purpose because NFC tags are proximity based,
Oh,
right? I can stand way back there and scan that QR code. So QR codes are always going to have their.
And I can't scan it if I'm on top of it.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I wanted to remind you that not only did you grow from 100,000, you grew way past your expectations, and also where people are listening to podcasts from. I think that's really important because that's
Yeah.
driving interest in Galveston,
Yes.
of Galveston, literally worldwide.
Yes. So thank you for bringing that up. I completely skimmed over that. So currently, as of now, I checked the downloads today. I'm over 580,000 downloads. Most of those downloads are on Spotify because I do make top Spotify playlists, which is it's fun and weird. Who knows if everyone's listening to the whole thing? Doesn't matter to me at all. It matters that it's getting out there and that name Galveston's out there to whoever. So we're getting downloads from almost every continent, countries all over the place that I've never even heard of, and that translates to direct website visits as well. So I know it's working. Keep track of the analytics as much as I can. So yeah, that's the whole key is to kind of improve the perception of that 1980s and 90s Galveston, improve that, and then let people understand that this is a historic playground and you can come down here and learn something about the foundations of Texas and the American West.
Yeah.
JR, also, if people want to find you, you are a STROAG business partner. So if you go
Yes.
to our website, the business partners, you will find him and you can click through
Be
and
there.
there he is.
Yep, and I'll be at every stroke meeting.
Yep. And if you are a CTA, you can use his podcast for points. You can use this meeting today for points. It's a win-win.
So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Any other questions?
One more.
Yes,
What can we possibly leave in our properties? People are visiting here and they're interested in that. What would we be
Yeah,
able
so
to
those
leave?
NFC tags I was telling you about, the
Okay.
NFC cards, I'm going to pass these around momentarily. They also have a QR code on them if
Okay.
the phones just won't work. But I really would love to leave or make some more of these because I actually make these myself and give them to whoever wants them because it helps me. It drives traffic to my site and that's what I want. So I would love to pass these out. Also, I create little signs that have the NFC and QR code as well. And I'm kind of experimenting to see if people would even want those in their short-term rentals. If they would, then I'd be more than happy to place something that's actually physically in there.
People are very tactile. I think that's a smart
Well,
move too.
And the other thing I asked him for I have a picture frame in mind that has little slides that go by, that QR to different stuff I want to drive traffic to. And he's going to send me the QR code, which if
Yeah.
you would like, I can share it with the membership.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I can share the links, QR codes, and then we can talk about getting stroke members cards.
Because we're old
and
school.
stuff. I get it. Hey,
Some of
I'm
us
just
are
trying
older.
to figure out where we're headed here in the next 5 to 10 years. So, Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you,
Thank you,
JR.
Thank you all very much. That was great.
Randall, can you do another prize?
Excuse me.
Can you do a prize?
But he's up next.
Oh, perfect timing.
Ron is up next with our membership update
Oh,
and the next giveaway.
oh, very good.
Very good.
So, membership. We're increasing. Everyone can help a lot. If you know an STR, there's a lot of them out there. Let them know. We have some business cards back there that are QR codes, so whatever. If you are a new STR owner and you would like to stand up and introduce
And
yourself,
you're a new STROAG member.
a new STROAG member, STR STROAG member, not business partner, I'm gonna do you separate. Y'all are different.
Do we have any new members in the room? All right, well, be at the next one.
Okay.
How about new business?
Yeah, so we have quite a few business partners. We are like, wow. So what I would like is, I can't remember some of your names. I'm gonna point to you how rude that is. Some I can remember, the pretty people I remember, the not so pretty. Boom. Introduce yourself, tell us what you're peddling, however you would like to do it, we would like to. We're gonna start with our folks right here, so you guys can remember that.
And also, if you could come to the front of the room, only because it's a Zoom, guys, and that way our guest, if you'll just join Ronald.
All right, I'm Mike Laird, and this is my wife Felicia, and we are owners of a food truck at Nolan's Downtown Food Park, which is on 25th and Post Office. There's a little park there that we have 3 trailers there right now. We're Caribbean, and more specifically Trinidad. There's the Galveston Bagel Company, and also the around the corner German, authentic German. So the German and us are the only ones on the island that serve that type of food. So what we would like is to not only advertise us, but maybe the park as well in your STRs, and to help drive business to us. And we're very different than everybody else on the island as far as food trucks. So we're not taco trucks, and no disrespect to anybody.
Sure.
Up and down Broadway, we are a specific genre of food. So, and ours is very home style cooked. Everything is hand prepared, and breads are made fresh daily. So, yeah.
And you have
They say-
flyers.
And we have the flyers.
And we always say there's no island food on the island. Come and try it. It's very good.
So
Pepper, chicken,
Yeah.
stewed beef.
My family found them by accident. I didn't know, you know where you just go to the same old spot every time. Like you don't go I don't go past 25th Street that way and past, this way. And we're on the trolley, but it just came back and we got off and these trucks were like, oh, there's one. Wow. So that was pretty cool. That's how we found it. So it's a great way. Thank you guys.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Thank
Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
What you're doing, let us know.
It's Trini Mike's Island Time Kitchen
Okay.
at Nolan's Downtown
Awesome.
Truck Park.
Thank you.
Where's the flyer?
Mr. Poretto.
All right, guys. So my name's Alex. I'm with Poretto Beach. We're the last privately owned beach in the state of Texas. We have 3 locations from 6th through 10th Street. That's another one, but 14th through 16th and 26th through 27th Street. My great-grandfather bought the property from the independent school district in the 50s. We've been over here for well over a century. We've been operating we've been beach bums for almost 70 years. My great-grandfather operated it as a young man. He was a geologist. He purchased the property because it was naturally accreting. Fast forward, my mother has really defended the property and, trying to keep it in positive light. But, we had to go to the state Supreme Court, and it was affirmed that we did own the property from the shoreline to the seawall. I took it upon myself. I got my degree from A&M Galveston. Woo. And I got a master's in coastal resource management. So I really understand beach systems, and it's something that has been it's in my blood, and I really, really enjoy it. But we're pedaling. So we have a short-term rental partnership, and it's kind of like what we have with our season passes with our regular customers, except if you have a STR, it extends to each of your guests that visit. It's $250, and it is a umbrella and chairs and parking pass. We do operate from Memorial Day to Labor Day, 7 days a week. You'll see me out there. You'll see my mom out there and my sister. And, you know, it's just something to extend to your guests. We really cater to guests. We really enjoyed, I mean, we love the island. We have our roots deep here, but.
So my suggestion is, again, on your website, under amenities, that's a big one, especially our guests who go to the beach. They're paying one way or the other.
We also have food delivery.
Drink delivery.
And drink delivery.
Oh.
And we're working with the illustrious building that's going on 7th Street that's going to, on the sand, that's going to be a nice upscale beach bar. And we're going to work with food and alcohol delivery as well. So it's kind of like a full experience where your guests get to sit down. And for any locals here, locals do park for free. So we hope to see you guys out at the beach.
I have a question for the pass. So our house is 6, but normally we only have about 4. The beds for 4. So how many is that pass good for?
So this pass is good for 1 car and 1 umbrella and chairs. So if they want to ferry people with 1 car, that's fine. Sure. But the umbrellas and chairs, it's 1 umbrella and 2 chairs.
Okay.
So if you do have larger units, we could do 2 passes and consolidate it into 1. But and I've also got questions. What if you lose it? Contact us. We're easy people. We're here.
So my suggestion again, because I am a smart person here. It is just like a residential parking pass that I have in mind. If you lose it, we're gonna hold $500. If you lose it, I'm gonna hold.
Look, and then you paid for it. Look at that. They steal it.
No, did I say? So that's how I would handle that, and I have never had a problem with 1 time, but that's okay.
And we can also, if you say, "Oh, is it worth it?" We can track your customers. So when we enter the name of your rental unit in our system, you can track your customers. They can also message us on our website. Sorry, but there's a QR code on it, and you can go to the website, contact us, and we can reserve a umbrella and chairs for your customer. And it doesn't
You can
cost.
also track the food and beverage and the experience they have. But we've been doing this for a long time. It's just that we're opening up to you guys.
Yeah,
Y'all are self-employed and we see where you're going.
Yeah,
We
sure.
appreciate it.
It's a nice partner.
Short-term rentals are incredible for the community. I don't think
Yes,
people realize how
absolutely.
incredible they are.
One of them, so I manage rentals, the Sealy Cottage, they were raving about you guys, so.
Okay, we need to give.
Yeah, they're our first customer. I'm looking for them. They just like go, here's money. I was like, oh, who are these people?
And so we had someone who wanted to come in, but they wanted to get additional, they wanted to use the pass, but they wanted to get additional chairs and umbrellas. Is that something you offer?
Yeah, and most likely if they do that, we're not going to charge them the full price because the more you get, it's not fair to them, and we're not here to look. It's
And
the
they
beach
use it.
business.
They use
We're
it
not-
too. The
Yeah.
owners use it
They
too.
do.
And if you, let's say you have a day where you have no one rented, but we all don't.
And
We
we-
all don't like empties, but you can come.
And
to
we
the
want
beach
you to
on
realize that doing this is we're competing with government business. So it's very difficult for us because we don't get trash pickup. We don't get water. We don't have any advertising for any, we're trying to continue to do this on our own. So that is one of the reasons both of my kids, Nikki left the rodeo. You haven't met her, but she's also in this business because it's like, guys, I think I have to raise my hand and give up on this because this is too much for me. They both stepped up and said no. And they started reaching out more, and then we started thinking about you guys, and there's a big difference there. So
just so you
again,
guys like it, yeah.
short-term rentals, I know y'all went through hell and high water, but I'm telling you now,
Still doing it.
especially this girl, she's
Our
got
treasurer.
incredible courage to come out with those maps.
Yep.
It's hard because the competition is, you got government money out there. And we are all trying to, make this on our own, and we have to pay taxes.
And I was gonna say, for this, it goes to all y'all, because y'all have beaches all down the seawall,
Yeah,
it's
so
not just the Poretto Beach.
The 3 locations are 6 through 10,
Yeah, it goes all the way to 20, you're saying.
14 through 16, which no parking, that's going to be seawall parking, and then 26 to 27, which is also seawall.
And we're not trying to keep people out. whatever that myth is about us trying to keep people out, we want you.
It's
It's our
about sharing,
business.
yeah,
We
and
welcome.
that's-
Clearly, you're
that's
welcoming
why my
us. in.
grandfather-
We want you there, and we pretty much know our clientele. Most of them are legacies and regulars. The days that we don't know it's coming is Sundays. Sundays, it's like we don't know. but we're still, we're there. We're still there, and we want people to enjoy the beach and to enjoy the rights that we fought for. So, and again, it's for the owners and for your guests.
And we don't like unruly people, so.
So
Ronald, you cannot go.
And yeah, they are brand new business partners. We are just in the process of getting them up on the page. And so just keep checking our page because very soon they're going to be live.
Go get it to me.
Anyone else? Okay.
We welcome y'all. We're very excited.
Well,
We're excited and we hope to see you out there.
It's your beach too, so.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I know I have more ladies, one of you at a time, or both at a time, however you want to do it.
You want to
I'll
Yes,
jump in here.
please.
You're gonna do a thing for me in a minute. You're gonna be my Vanna wife. Introduce yourself.
I'm Kathleen Maca, and I'm a local author. I have 4 books out on Galveston history, currently working on number 5. You may have seen some of them. Cemeteries, Ghosts of Galveston, Hotel Galvez history, and there's a children's book with the Galveston ghost stories called Ghostly Tales. And I'm currently working on the Tremont House history that'll be out by Christmas. Yeah. And on top of that, I also do local tours. I do tours of the cemetery districts, the different cemeteries within the Broadway Cemetery District, and I'm adding a Legacy Cemetery tour. I do ghost tours and historic neighborhood tours, and I'm adding a historic strand tour as well. So anytime you can recommend people to come take one of my walking tours, I'd appreciate it.
So, side note, because I have lots of them, remember, ex-teacher. I'm a member of the Galveston Garden Club. If you're not, I think you should be because they're great for beautifying our island, which I guess like. She spoke at one of the meetings about flowers and Victorian on the tombstones. Oh, great. My older sister absolutely fell in love with it. So, and it was cool. I mean, so.
Yeah, the tours, talking about the cemetery in particular, I can specify what I cover on the tours. So if a group of artists is coming on the island, I'll only do the Italian and French sculptures that have pieces in the cemetery. If there's somebody who's really into Victoriana, I can do those cemetery symbolism. The veterans groups, I only do the veterans graves. So it can be kind of honed by who it is, or I can give them a good overall, which is always interesting. It's a little bit of everything.
So we're gonna do number 2, not a Mercedes, but I tried. You reread the number.
I don't have glasses on.
Oh no! 098008.
That's probably.
Oh my God! Go check. Oh my Lord.
You are eligible.
You didn't have my glasses on, so I didn't know about it.
It's coastal, and this is the photography. Well, it's your choice, sister.
Thank you.
And that's for one exterior house.
Anytime, but that's just me. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we still have one to do 2. Come on.
So, okay. Oh, wait, there's a thing. Hi. So I'm Christine Hopkins, and a couple of things. I'm a member I'm a Scout and Cellar wine consultant. So in the case that you gift your guests wine as an amenity, not charging them for it, but like maybe they're celebrating their anniversary and so forth, keep that in mind. Scout and Cellar wines are clean crafted. That means no chemical additives, no added sugars, low sulfites. They're good for you type of wine, and they really are good. So that's one thing. Also, if you have anyone who's interested in doing a tasting, like say there's going to be a girlfriend getaway, let them know, hey, actually I can send you contact information. And basically the way a tasting works, you can't charge for a tasting, but the way it works is they schedule it with me. I provide the wine. and with the idea that they try the wine, and if they like it, great, they can order it.
So if we were due like at some STR owner's home and wanted to do a little wine tasting,
Like a social, yes.
yeah, how much do you charge?
There's no charge for a wine tasting. I provide the wine and you provide the wine loving friends.
Oh.
Yeah. So the whole idea is we want you to try the wines and so forth. So
Compensation. That's a thought somebody has
So
a
if
big
anyone
house.
wants to host a social, let me know and I would love to do that. So the other thing, if you guys haven't gotten a copy of it yet, my friend Heidi Lutz and I are co-authors of 100 Things to Do in Galveston Before You Die. I brought some extra copies, so if you guys don't have it, I know they're very popular in short-term rentals.
Yep.
So that's been kind of nice to just keep that in mind. And then the last thing, and I have my cards with me. I'm also a local guide for Tours by Locals. So it's a private, small tour. So it's going to be 6 people or less, and they book through Tours by Locals. And so that's kind of one of those things. So I do a 90-minute walking tour through Galveston's historic downtown. It's not a running tour like what JR started with. It's a shorter one, and so it's really based on walking through downtown and learning a little history about Galveston and so forth. I'm born on the island. Heidi Lutz is an islander by choice, like a lot of people are. And so again, that was kind of one of the reasons why my boyfriend and I went to Amsterdam. We did a tour with locals, and I'm like, I can do that.
Oh,
So anyway, and plus for the book. So
yeah.
Anyway, if I can provide any information, I have some cards here. And if you guys haven't gotten a copy yet, then stop by.
And have her autograph it. I did.
Oh yeah, and shopping tour too. I have a shopping tour.
Oh my.
And that can be tailored, but it was just like I have a woman that wants to do antiquing this Saturday. And I'm also a content creator for I-45 in Galveston now.
Yep.
Yeah, so you might see that too. It's a series called Experience Galveston.
Yep.
So, and if you have Facebook pages for your sites, if you have Facebook pages for your sites, then you might want to look for that. You can go to I-45 now or Galveston now and just share it. They're longer than JR's. They're usually about 2 to 5 minutes. But it'll highlight different events and things to do. All right.
All right, thank you. We have PMI.
So, hi everyone. We're PMI Galveston Bay. We're a local property management company. We're actually part of a franchise. We just started, we opened last year. So my name is Michael Truman. I'm the owner, and these are my daughters, Aspen and Evie. So we're a family business. I've been a realtor since 2008, and it was always my dream to have a family real estate business. So we made it happen. So they joined me. We're offering property management for short-term rentals, and we're also offering home watch services. So for snowbirds, for second homeowners or vacant listings, what have you, we can go check on your property for you, give you a report, all that good stuff. And they're actually working on their real estate licenses too, so everything's moving. Everything's going. So
Train right.
Yeah.
Get him a good man, put him in there. Got that. Unlock mine.
Michael, what were you saying?
But that's the basics. Yeah, so again, part of a franchise. We're actually all of Galveston and Brazoria County, so we have a pretty big territory. Yeah, so local company, but with the resources of a larger brand. So that's us. Any questions? All right, well, thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Go ahead. Come on. Ruth is
Oh,
also a board member.
as of today, she's a business member. Partner.
We're business partners of today. I'm the owner of Coastal Cleaning of Galveston. And we currently clean about 70 houses in Galveston right now. Mostly short-term rentals. We have about 5 residential homes we clean. But we're always hiring. And as soon as we hire enough people to clean that many houses, then we have 10 more. So it's growing faster than we ever thought it would. In fact, we sold some of our rentals last year because it was taking up too much time for the cleaning business. So we have our own in-house laundry, and we do it's a full service cleaning company because we do much more than cleaning. We also do maintenance, we do lawn mowing. Mike cleans hot tubs. He learned how to do that because I just told him he's gonna go clean hot tubs. So he figured it out. And so we do a lot of stuff. Pretty much we get calls all times, day and night, to go do whatever maintenance kind of thing you need. Every once in a while they'll say, oh no, you need to call an electrician for that. But most of the time you can fix whatever it is. He's pretty handy like that. So anyway.
Thank you, Ruth. Yeah. And she'll be on the website for PMA. I think so. I'll have a 42-year-old son who needs a new wife. Can't another new wife.
So now I'm gonna have Hannah come up and talk to us about our new website. You're so happy.
I think I just marked that. No, here's where I did that. All right, guys. Have y'all been to the new website? Yes. Yay, finally we got it up and we got it going. I need your help. That was a tremendous amount of information when we shifted from the old website to the new website. I really need everybody to check your STR listings. I already visiting with some of y'all and make sure that your link is live, the picture is what you want, and it's going to the listing link that you want to go to. Business partners, please check yours as well. You guys know how to reach me. We'll do a quick fix. Social media, STR owners, highly recommend joining the Facebook group. Example, we have a property manager today reached out. They're looking for a property in an urgent situation for tomorrow through Sunday. Unfortunately, we were coming after the meeting. We couldn't do the email right then. I'm going to have to do that later when I get home. But join that because there are opportunities going up in their example right now. I hope I haven't had a chance to look. They're up in the Facebook going, I need 4 days. Who's got a house? So get in there, short-term rental owners. There's a lot of good resources. And as Ronald talked about already, we need your, because I wear the marketing hat for this organization. We're growing. We're grateful for all the new members. We're grateful for all the new business partners. There's a whole lot of short-term rentals on this island, guys. You are our best resource to help grow this group. As a matter of fact, this lovely author over here is here because a member, I believe, had recommended to David Bloom, had suggested that she join. We've got some business cards over there. We've got Post-it notes. Take any of them that you want. Feel free to share with anybody else who's short-term rental. Put them in your units. Let's help get the word out, guys, because we're stronger together. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Ron, I think that brings you up on our last drawing.
Wow. Okay, one more, and we're gonna let Randall go ahead and do the honors.
And what's the last prize, Ronald?
The last prize is.
It's a gift certificate here. Oh.
Food, I mean food.
Yeah, that's right.
098013.
Oh.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
I think we have one last item of business, and that would be Gina for the treasurer.
Okay, well, technically at the.
Oh, Gina, for the Zoom.
Yeah, I always forget. Okay.
I have my little Post-it note.
Okay. All right. Well, technically in the account at this point, we have $7,381.42, but I'm writing a check because the website is complete. So after we pay for our new website, which was a really big job, but it's 1,000 times better, we're going to have $4,981.42. So that's the treasurer's report. And also don't forget, before you leave, there's tons of maps over there. They're free. Take as many as you need for your vacation rental. And we also have magnets with the ugly QR code.
You may never live that down.
So the last,
They are like, I'm the future.
the last item of business we have tonight is the short-term rental task force.
Yep. So I'm deferring to Mary Brown. Oh, that's me. Shooting someone. I'm gonna hurt this woman. Y'all gonna see it right there. Mary is gonna give the STR task force report, and she has some information about code enforcement. She wants to share. So, Mary Brown.
Thanks, Ron. Just a quick update on, like most of you know that we have the task force that's been ongoing for about a year. The first presentation will be done on the 21st to the park board, which is open to the public at the park board. June 21st at 1:30 is when they start their meeting. This is to present to the board the request for proposal for the software requirements that we all have worked on to put together years. Years. After that, and again, I said that's open to the public. The next one presentation will be on Thursday, the 23rd, and I think it's 9 in the morning, but it's going to be the city council workshop. You know, we will be speaking. Matt Curtis, who was hired to put the proposal together, will be giving a PowerPoint presentation. As far as I know of today, I've been working with Marissa Barnett on that. So that is the update. Once Park Board approves it, then it will go to City Council for approval. So remember, this is just the presentation. But on Thursday, you can watch it live on your phone or video or on TV, because that will be broadcast. Any questions on the task force? Great. I'm going to bring up on the code enforcement. I talked to Ron about this. Through my neighborhood association, I've got to know too that the code enforcement officers, one is Andy Dulon, that covers our area, which is west of 25th to 39th Street, and basically towards the seawall. And over a number of instances have become good friends, and he kind of uses me as a sounding board. There's been some instances, not with you all. I'm just bringing you up to speed. There's some people that call in like daily with 10 things, and then they repeat and say, "Oh, this wasn't done," so they do it again. And his comment was, first of all, there's only 4 code enforcement officers right now as we speak. They're down one short that left, and the other one, even though it was his wife, is on maternity leave because they just had twins. Oh. So there's 4 for the entire island. So that's a lot to cover. In talking with Andy, there's a procedure that they have to go through when they get calls or it's sent in through the city website. And obviously that's recording, it's going drive-by checking. When they get one, just hypothetically, there is grass growing out here, which we know there's not, but is. Report that once. There's a process that it has to be gone through with the owner. A letter goes out. This doesn't happen in 24, 48, or 72 hours. It may be a couple of weeks. And he said it's gotten to the point they're out, they want to meet with everybody, but people are reporting stuff daily, and they have to drop stuff because that's considered urgent. So that was the only word from code enforcement. They're trying their best. We've got 2 that are absolutely really great and helpful, and they need our help too. Thank you.
Very good.
So the moral to Mary's story is we need to be at Park Board. We need to be at City Council, sitting there so they see people. I'm telling you.
Let me just, workshop is not in the council chambers. It's in room 204.
Yep.
Second floor, you can't speak. You just listen.
It's hard.
So, I'll vouch for that with the mouth. But at the park board.
Mary, can I get you in the center?
Oh, sure.
There you go.
Sorry.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're adoring public here.
At the park board, you do have it. You can sign up to speak if you so choose.
Yep. Oh,
So,
Do they Zoom those meetings also?
You know, I thought of that before they left. I don't think,
I don't think they do.
We can find out later.
if they do, it's the Park Board of Trustees meeting. It's not one of our committees.
Okay.
It's the Board of Trustees.
Correct.
The city council workshop is,
Yeah.
that is Zoomed also,
And you can participate by Zoom.
not a workshop.
At the
It's council meeting, you're correct. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
So I think that concludes our agenda for this evening. Thank you everyone for coming and glad to have everyone here.
Yep.
Thank you for all our business partners. It was a great meeting.
Thank you, Randall.
Thank you.